Geographers, welcome to week 4. So this week we're going to be looking at chapter 5, Middle America, and chapter 6, South America. We've refined our study entirely to El Mundo Hispano-Hablante. So going forward, we're going to begin our session in Mexico looking a little bit about the unique cultural and historical geography of Mesoamerica. This will go from the inspiration of the earliest inhabitants to the Olmecs to some of the Aztec and Mayan civilizations. We're going to move on further and look at a little bit of the regional patterns and some of the political boundaries and some of the issues which have been affecting this region. We'll look a little bit more into some of the economic geographies and integration between Central America and Mexico and the United States. With some of these supranational organizations, we'll look a little bit into things like NAFTA, and we'll look a little bit more into the transnationalization of labor now when we look at some of these economic integration between Mexico and the United States and Central America and the United States with things like CAFTA. And we'll examine things like the maquiladoras to try to get a little better sense of territorialization of this transnational labor. Moving on, we're going to look a little bit more into South America, and we'll start with some of the unique physical geography of the land, such as the Amazon, the river, and the world's largest rainforest. We'll move over into the Altiplano lands of the Andes, and we will do a little bit of a brief historical geography of the Inca people. Going forward, we're going to look a little bit more into some of the unique economic geographies and how it relates to some of the environments and development and some of the cultural and environmental landscapes of South America. For example, people who subsist and live in the Amazon versus people who live on the coast in Brazil versus people who live in Patagonia and have a very different type of agricultural lifestyle. We're going to look a little bit more into some of the urbanization patterns of all of these areas and what they hold in common, but we'll particularly look in the study of South America into some of these rural to urban migration patterns, which are very thematic throughout the rest of our study of the world. So we'll critically examine the region a little bit with some of the population issues and some of the unique development challenges that are reflected in some of the economic conditions of South America. Now, some of the themes of development and underdevelopment will be introduced in this particular chapter, so we'll be able to investigate other regions with a similar awareness, such as Sub-Saharan Africa, where we have a particular low income levels, so we'll examine a lot more lesser developed areas. So for the most part, I would like everyone to be aware that the regional event analysis 2 will be due by the end of this week, so don't let that catch you off guard. Continue to contact me and reach out if you have any questions. And good luck this week, students.